Hello everyone. Sorry, this is a bit early to be starting, but it's not gonna matter too much, let's be real. The loading screen is 481, or I'm sorry, it's 480. Numbers are hard sometimes. They had loading screens, or at least there were leaked loading screens for 481, 2, and 3. I think for 481, 2, and 3, although I could be wrong. But that's just a thing I was thinking of. Sorry. So, this week feels like it's been real dry. For one thing, if you watched the last video, I think I said I was going to an engagement party, and I recorded early, and it makes it feel like I haven't recorded anything in a very long time. That engagement party went well. That's all I have to say about that, I guess. Anyway, while Star Citizen is loading up, we didn't get any news from Gamescom, Summer Games Fest, and I'm recording this Saturday. I think people are maybe holding out a little hope that something might show up on Sunday for Summer Game Fest. I don't, honestly, at this point, I don't believe anything. I'm not going to believe it until it happens. I have faith in CIG is at a all-time low. Not that they can't make the game, not that they can't, fix the game, just that everything that happens is going to happen slower than I want it to, and it's going to happen, not as... Oh god. Game is already please no, I don't want to be played right now. And things are going to be more broken than, frankly, they should be? I don't know. It's really hard, in my mind, to be because, I don't know, it's not quite as black and gray as CIG bad. No, CIG has it rough. I mean, it's kind of there's the reality of, development's not as easy as one would hope or think. But there's also the reality that this is bad, So, in my mind, it's yeah, I'm in Pyro because I was doing asteroid-based missions, because I really like doing asteroid-based missions because they have some cool, fun loot. And as of late, they have literally never spawned a single fucking box. Literally no loot is being had in remote asteroid bases, although it's not the case everywhere, but things just kind of suck. And even when there is loot, there are things about loot that I like, that I don't like. And things I don't understand and everything. But at the same time, hey, the Bit Zero missions that I used to love to do, I would probably love to do them, if I could get the rep for them, which I guess I'll be trying to do a little bit here. I'm just thinking about one particular feature, but anyway, yeah, so CIG, oh geez, okay. Yeah, CIG's, they do be doing stuff, and, yeah. Although I will say, I was just looking at the Variety article, which I think is the last interview that Chris Roberts has appeared for, and I think like everybody's saying that everybody getting hyped about Summer Games Fest. I'm like, okay, it's got to be this article, right? And I mean, maybe it was something else. There was no mention of Games Fest, and I think the only thing, you know, the only thing that they mentioned was that they weren't going to Summer Games Fest. So, okay. But yeah. There is news, but I mean, do I care that much? I mean, okay. I guess that's not fair. There is instancing, and instancing, I feel dead inside to all Star Citizen news, but instancing, if it does come out in 4.9, will be awesome. If we can start getting that. Now, I don't think we're going to get, like, TSG that was supposed to be instanced. That probably will not be instanced in the first release of instancing. It'll probably just be the Orison platforms, just to, check all of it. 4.9 is allegedly getting the suit lockers. We're getting super heavy armor. We're getting a minigun. Now that I think about it, it's actually... Okay, the minigun is called the minigun because it's a miniaturized version of a larger, a larger rotating barrel gun. And it's also mini because instead of, 20mm, it's in 308, 7.62 millimeter. And the Vendetta is the new gun from Apocalypse's in 50. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I am of the opinion that I don't really care about super heavy armor. I don't think it's the death of Titan suits. I don't know why people are saying that. I have to go back, but they literally talked about super heavy armor, and I'm pretty sure I'm like 60% sure that they said, nah, okay, so we're introducing super heavy armor. That doesn't mean Titan suits are gone. We're just also doing this new thing. But the way that super heavy armor came up was, oh hey, how are we going to balance light and medium armor so people actually feel like using them, aside from fashion? And their response was, hey, we're gonna make super heavy armor. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. That's what I remember. So yeah. So I'm not, extremely excited about... I'm not extremely excited about super heavy armor, but I am kind of excited that, light, medium, and heavy armor have just been a very, linear, you have advantage, a very linear protection versus mobility, but very poorly balanced, where mobility isn't really a concern. And, super heavy armor, and of course there's, the G-forces thing, and there's going to be the, ship control reduction, I don't know what you want to call it, but where you wear heavy armor and you can't fly as well, or it impacts your handling as opposed to an undersuit, light armor, or a flight suit. There is that, but they haven't done that yet, and I don't think they're going to do it until Starware because reasons. You know, okay, actually, now that I say that, no, they could piecemeal it. They'll probably piecemeal it in. I think I mentioned this last time, probably, but hey, remember when they said they weren't going to do tier 0s? Remember when they said they were going to do tech previews and have like big features that really needed like time to test, and you know they were gonna wait on those. Yeah, I remember that. And then you remember when they absolutely didn't do that even remotely. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, also, I've been told that you could actually get the Bit Zeros missions by doing Headhunters stuff, and well, I don't know. For one thing, I mean, that's silly if it's true. I also... Well, I just don't want to do the regular Bit Zeros missions. Gotta be honest. I'm also really pissed in general that, like, there's so many missions that, like, they should just exist in Pyro and Stanton, like, with some little different variants. And there's a few ways that could be done. Ooh. Okay, those guys have to be their own thing. Yeah, the easy pickings missions, and there's 2 variants on it. There's that are more expensive buy-ins, but they pay you more. Anyway, those ones would be really nice. It would be nice to have asteroid-based missions in in Stanton, because they do have the asteroid bases, they just don't have interiors. And I don't like ship combat, even though I am currently doing a ship combat mission. It's not... Hang on. Avalanetta? Okay, those aren't my targets. Okay, well, maybe this mission's just busted. Anyway. It doesn't really matter. Again, I mean, to be honest, so, it is also a thing, I don't know. I mean, it's been talked about. I don't think it needs to really be talked about more, but, the whole Odin thing, the whole, hey, let's release a broken game, let's release a broken patch, more broken than usual, which is fair, I think. More broken than usual, and, let's release a new ship, and it's broken, and it has these problems, and, oh man, who could have seen that coming? We only tested it for, 2 days. Oh, that's not fair. It might have been, 5 days. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, I think, I don't know. We're going inside the asteroid base. For one thing, I actually have not played since 481 dropped, so if there is a chance that the loot spawns, then hey, but I don't think they do. It was specifically mentioned in the patch notes. Oh, sorry, also just... Okay, so, release a $5,000, or I could be mean and call it a $6,000 ship, which is not inaccurate. $5,000 JPEG. Not a ship, a JPEG. Concept ship. Meanwhile, the game's broken, a new ship has a bunch of bugs that, in fact... in hindsight, did not get fixed in, like, you know, in the next patch. And when they released the patch that was supposed to be a bunch of fixes, they instead delayed the fixes and just threw in a new mission that was broken and didn't work, like, over half of the time. I can't imagine why people would be pissed at CIG. Why would they do that? That's so mean. What is that? Hang on. That looks like a door. And I'm sure it isn't, but that's interesting if it is. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, speaking of patch notes, they do have a thing where if your ship, like, gets destroyed in the hangar, I think it might be a little bit more specific than that, but, like, if the game can detect if there's a... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Hold up. I need to... For my own sanity, that was not a me issue. That was a game issue. What? Come on, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Excuse me. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So if your ship gets, like, eaten by the hangar, by the landing pad, they will just give you a free insurance loadout, which, I mean, like, is almost ridiculous that it's taken this long, but it's, at least they got it eventually. Because let's not pretend like this is a new issue. They also mentioned specifically that the easy pickings missions, the ships used to not spawn, and now they do. Which is to say that you would pay money to go to a place and not have any way to actually earn anything back, so that's fun. And there's a few other fixes here and there, but yeah. It's a hard time to be a Star Citizen fan. I was so concerned. I saw the Amazing Digital Circus with a friend, and he was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm bringing another friend." He didn't tell me who the friend was because I had never met him. But I was afraid that it was a mutual friend who does not like Star Citizen. I was like, God, I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to be like, yeah, no, Star Citizen isn't that bad. Listen, it's not a scam, but it fucking sucks right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Grand. Well, I guess let's see if that 30k recovery or whatever works. Man, like, I don't know, it's so hard to be excited about anything. Cause, like, look, I know that Xenothreat event is happening, and I told you I don't like ship combat. I think it's going to be all ship combat. I don't mind when and hey, I don't mind when an event is a single profession focus. I do wish we didn't have so many combat ones. I would love a mining event. I hate mining, and I don't want any part of it. That's not completely true. But I'm fine with mining. I don't want any part of a mining event, though. But yeah. I don't know. I mentioned before that, like, also mining for me is just in a bad state because, like, I'm sure I've mentioned, of course, my actual problem with mining is that I don't really want to do it. I want to do a mercenary mission, loot the enemies, get their stuff, disassemble that into, you know, raw resources, and craft stuff with that, and just craft basic equipment at a lower market, or a lower price, and you know, if I do need resources, if I do want to craft high quality stuff, I could buy it on I could buy it from players on a proper player trading app, player trading auction house, whatever. Of course, that's not in the game. And so the only other option is to do mining, and the only time I want to do mining is for high quality resources, and not for general money, because that's not what I want to do to get money. So, if you want to enjoy mining, you do it for the love of mining, not because you want to get a particular resource. And the only reason I want to do mining is to get good resources. And until something about that reality changes, I mean, yeah, nothing's changing. Trying to think. Oh, so I guess I've said, hey, these dudes are being... CAG could be better. Abandoned outpost. Oh, also, apparently the Uberev's actually kind of decent now. I tried it out. I was like, yeah, okay. I think I prefer the S38, but I can appreciate that it's better. Anyway, so what can CIG do to be better? Because I think everybody just wants CIG to be better, to feel like they're respect. I mean, I'll say it once and I'll say it again, that CIG needs to do more open development, needs to be more open with development. There have been exploits as of late that's like, hey, we don't want to share details about this because then people know how to do exploits or whatever, and you know, I understand that. That's fine. But even just like, I don't know, maybe it's totally selfish, but like, I just want more in detail, like, game dev things. I don't care if Inside Star Citizen just dies at this point, because all Inside Star Citizen is talking about a feature that's like already done, being like behind the ships. That's just an advertisement of the ships and actually not talking about the development of the ships basically at all, at least like 90% of the time. It's not showing any concept art, it's not showing any not any concept art, not any like stills from development, not talking about like, oh, this is a challenge we had during development, this, that. You know, that was the good stuff. No game devs with Jeremiah Lee where they, you know, go and talk about, or they go and actually make an in-game asset. None of that happens nowadays. Maybe stuff on Star Citizen Live, but at the same time, that feels like that doesn't happen very frequently anymore either. In fact, I think, like, we just didn't get anything last week, right? Video content-wise, and it's like, okay. Can't remember exactly what was said, but I'm pretty sure it was along the lines of, hey, we are going to actually do a video. It's not going to be 2 videos a week, but we're going to do 1 video a week, every week. And that didn't happen. That has now not happened. So... it's like, I don't want to be pessimistic here, but it's just the truth of what's happening. Now, also, just being more open and having more devs talk, I think, like, and that's not completely fair. Of course, like, the devs are not required to talk, and if they were required to talk, then that would mean that they're spending time, you know, on Spectrum and not time making the game. So, you know, I don't mind that necessarily, but like the community team could be a little bit more active. And maybe that's not completely fair. I know that, you know, there are times where like Xylo's in a stream or community members are on streams or Reddit or other places that aren't Spectrum, but it just feels like, and I don't know if that actually has had any. Oh, they do interact with the community, it's just not all of it's on, or less of it's on Spectrum and more of it's on third-party websites, which also would be, I don't know, that'd probably just be weird, right?
Attack on shields. Attack on shields.
Anyway. And it's, I mean, I'm not even concerned really about any mechanical things though at this point, to be honest with you. I mean, there are like problems I've got with balance and how this gameplay mechanic works. I hate it. I don't want to interact with ship combat in a game that does seem like it either like it really wants to focus on ship combat, you know. Oh, you know, also, I know that there's precision targeting mode. Jesus. What? Am I getting shot at by these turrets? Okay. I haven't touched precision targeting mode in forever. I literally never use 2 weapon groups nowadays, but regardless, I do have, like, that's right mouse, which is supposed to be, like, I think it's group 1, and then, like, I don't know, it's a weird thing. Something's group 1, something's group 0, I don't know. My hotkeys are not standard, and, I see that as only a good thing. That was bad. Oh god, oh god. know that there's a blind spot for those turrets. God damn. Okay, actually though, I have been thinking, and I don't know, maybe I mentioned this last week. I am concerned that, go to 2023, I think, when they were talking about Pyro, and whenever they introduced the 400i, they introduced the 400i and had a whole thing about, oh hey, you can approach a mission in multiple ways. You can sneak in, you can go guns blazing, you can just go in and buy the thing, or whatever. And, none of that's... I don't believe anyone knows that that's, was a part of the memo. I don't, so many things are just, a linear path, or, you don't have, vents to go through. You don't have door, you don't have those freaking, door, breaching tools. You can't, I mean, we have the lab coat scanner thing, but it's you either use that or you don't do the mission. And that doesn't seem okay to me. I mean, I think, okay, in all fairness, in the worm, right, you can either get a key card, you can use just a key card, or you can use the lab outfit, but nobody's going to use the lab outfit because it's a pain in the ass to maneuver around. I do want to check out that other door, because that was a door, but I don't know where that leads. And it should be over here. The regular door is, of course, here. This is absolutely... Target is not inside of there, but if they are, then hot damn. I like these missions a little bit more, but oh well. Having mission variety, though, I think is important. And, or having, well, I don't know. Coming up with, missions that have multiple ways to do them. I mean, for one thing, it requires stealth to be a thing, and it also requires, something like door breaching tools to be a thing. And we have the plasma grenades, which are, not really that much different. I'm sure mechanically they're not that different from regular grenades, just having multiple bursts of explosive. Okay, hang on. You're gonna tell me... Okay, for one thing, this is the same RAB. So, if this isn't here, then that's very strange. It wasn't, closer to it, was it? I don't think so. Means, it's gotta be further out? But if it's further out, then it looks like it's here. Well, now I'm curious. Real curious. Sorry. These asteroid bases are all the same. Exceptionally all the same. Exceptionally similar, I suppose. Especially similar. The semantics are the only interesting thing to talk about, because they are the same, and it's such a shame, because, for one thing, I just want corridors that connect to rooms. I don't care if it's like there are 5 rooms and it's just, if it was 5 rooms and just, oh hey, you know, this collection of hallways and these 5 rooms are connected in much and drastically different ways, I'd be okay with that. I would like that. I would be cool with that. But that's not what we got. What the fuck? Shitting me? What? Okay, hang on. Okay, I definitely saw another entrance. I'm not fucking insane, right? Sorry, like, I just totally extended the length of this video by a huge amount. Well, now I'm gonna have to go to a bunch of different asteroid bases and see if I can find that, but damn. Anyway, that's what I want to see. Of course, there are elements that, like, necessitate being able to talk to NPCs normally, being able to, yeah. Sorry, I'm texting my girlfriend. Okay. Text has been sent. Now we can complain about video games. Motherfucker. Okay. Sorry. My grandfather, bless him. He did like a whole thing. He got rid of Google, and now he doesn't have like sign in for YouTube. And he had asked me, he asked me today, like, oh, what's your YouTube? And I showed him, and it was like, what, do you expect me to remember that? And I'm like, thinking, okay, for one thing, I mean, I guess not, but also, and it just hadn't occurred to me because I had a few other things going on, but, he isn't signed in because he's on Firefox and not Google, and he doesn't, and I'm gonna have to be like, okay, you gotta sign into your YouTube, it's the same as your Google. And I was like, a whole thing. And it's like, I could have, and I should have just picked, oh my god, it is? They are a target inside of the base? Okay, alright. Game, my PC might just be running badly. More than anything else. Oh, my PC is running badly. Fuck. What? Oh my god. Oh god, are we doing this again? They're over in that room. Fucking Christ. Dude. Like, two Star Citizen streams ago, Solar was like, oh man, you're the only one I think I know who screams shoot instead of just shooting. And it's like, dude, I am pressing the fire button for like half a second before any weapon actually decides to go off. Because that's just how Star Citizen be. I'm running, my, like, C drive is on, like, a legacy mode, because, for reasons, and I tried to convert it to, like, the new thing, but I was unable to. Okay, it's not there. It did look like he was just gonna be invisible. Ooh, okay. I don't know how I saw that dude. But it appear... It would appear we still don't have any boxes spawning. Which, until I get those missions... yeah, there's literally no reason... Until I get the easy pickings missions, there's not really any reason to do this, aside from the rep, I guess. And I know we still have, like, the main room to go through. We will do that, just... give me a moment. Oh, the Devastator shotgun. What a great reward. I gotta actually try that, to be fair, because they rebalanced a bunch of stuff. I don't think anybody is jumping at the bit to use a Devastator, but who knows. Okay. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like, I'm still gonna stream Star Citizen. I'm still gonna, like, follow development, but I do have to say that just overall, like, the vibes are not vibing, and, like, I don't know, CIG could be, like, completely justified in, like, their reasons, and we just aren't aware, which is, like, the problem, like, the real problem there, right? It's like, oh, I guess some enemies have respawned already. That's interesting. Well, I've never... I wonder if they had, like, you know, if they came out of an elevator or they just popped into place, because I honestly, like... I honestly think they just spawn in. No elevator, but... that's maybe just my pessimism talking. Oh, and I know I should probably have the, like, oh, fuck off. Fuck off! I know I should probably have the, like, inventory thing up, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to pull it up just for the sake of doing it. Yeah, like... Yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, so I genuinely, right now, I'm of the opinion that, like, Squadron 42 is not coming out until... is never coming out until it is coming out. I think, actually, that's the best way to put it. I don't believe it's coming out in 2026. I don't trust CIG anymore. If they tell me it's coming out in 2027, I'm gonna tell you it's coming out in 2028. I will assume 2028 until it actually comes out. I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah. Like... And it's like... My understanding is that, just Chris Roberts literally, like, when he said, oh, like, Squadron 42 is feature complete, that was a lie. So it's like, I mean, I don't, and in all fairness, I don't really objectively have any way to prove or verify that, except that, where game? You know? So, I did hear, I don't know. I heard Astropub say that there was going to be a playable demo at Gamescom, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, listen, that would make enough sense to me. That's not like, oh, I don't believe it because that would never happen. I don't believe that because it hasn't happened yet. You know? Also, no fucking loot. CIG, fix your fucking game. Like, this is pathetic. I don't want to be explicitly negative, but this is pathetic. Like, come on, man. And yeah, you know, they did fixes. They made fixes. Fixes good. Game's still broken. In ways that, like, for me, if I was not a content creator, I would not be playing Star Citizen at all right now. And, yeah, that's, that's about the long and short of it. Trying to think what else. I suppose if you stuck around, I think I mentioned this before at some point, but I do have $120 in store credit. What should I do with that? Because I am not giving CIG any more money unless there's like a cool pack or... You know what? Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's not true at all. I am gonna... Yeah. I'm gonna subscribe... I'm gonna do a 1 month of the $20 due subscriber thingamabob, so that I get this month's subflare and next month's subflare, and I can fly around the Railin and be like, ooh, look at the Railin. It's so shiny and broken, probably, and whatever new ship thing that they were talking about that may or may not be like a cargo snub or something. God, should I pretend to have insider information? They said that it was like related to Gattack, and I think teased something about it being a small ship, and yeah. Oh, also, I think I'm thinking that there is the they mentioned a few unreleased ships in the monthly report, and they mentioned the Gattack and the Railin and something related to the Railin, which I think has to be Gattack, but they didn't say it was a Gattack snub. They said it was a ship related to the Raylan. Not their exact words, but close enough. Oh, where am I flying? I guess this direction. So they mentioned the Raylan and Raylan-related ship, and they also mentioned, like, a team having to talk with another team because they're working on the same brand. They're trying to coordinate things. So I think, if I can have one, I'm assuming Stingray is being developed, and there is another Kruger ship being developed. I'm thinking it might be like the Stingray might break my heart and be like not a spirit competitor, like a freelancer miss competitor, and it'll be like a fighter or something, like a heavy fighter or something. Heavy fighters are popular, right? But they are like, oh yeah, let's, after the Stingray, let's make a medium fighter, or let's make a missile boat, or a gunship, like a light gunship type deal, like the Freelancer Miss, and that potentially could be the thing I upgrade. I could spend the dollary dues on upgrading my spirit. I don't know if I want to do that. That does feel a little bit like blasphemy. But, you know, it is what it is. Also, apparently they fixed the route thing, so it should work all the time now. If it doesn't, you can hit R. You can select the thing and then hit R instead of clicking route, and that should work, and it seems like that works all the time as a backup. No more news for me, I think. Oh, also, I hate the combat suit. For one thing, there is combat clothing that exists with the dusters. Nobody uses it because clothing, armored or otherwise, is like you either have to use a bug, which I think they patched out, or you have to have not have a spacesuit, which is annoying and a pain in the ass. So yeah, and the combat suit they showed off specifically looks like it came out of Men's Warehouse, not the 30th century. So no disrespect to the person who modeled it. I mean, it looks fine. It just doesn't. Why it looks uninspired and boring. I don't care if you want to live out your John Wick fantasies. John Wick is in space. I don't know. I guess what's Spike from Cowboy Bebop? I guess maybe that's a fair thing. Anyway, until next time, have a good day. Great day even. Chowskis.